There is a car sitting in a driveway in Brewer, Maine, right now with 552,000 miles on the original engine. No rebuild, no replacement. Same engine that left the factory. The owner has been doing one thing differently since mile one that costs $3 and takes 4 minutes. And his mechanic has never once mentioned it. Not in 30 years of servicing that car. Stay with me, because at the end of this video, I am going to tell you the exact moment most engines start dying. It is not when the mileage gets high. It happens much earlier than that. And once you know when it happens, you will never let it happen to yours. Before I show you what the liquid is, I need to tell you about a study that 3 major oil companies paid to have buried in 1974. It identified the single most destructive moment in any engine's life. Not a crash, not a blown gasket, something that happens every single morning in every single car on every single road in America. I will show you exactly what it is and how $3 prevents it completely. Keep watching. Irving Gordon bought a 1966 Volvo P1800 in June of 1966. He is still driving it. As of his last verified odometer, reading that car has over 3 million miles on it. 3 million miles. He has talked about his maintenance routine in interviews for 50 years. It is not complicated. It is not expensive. It is mostly about one thing: never letting the engine run dry of lubrication at the moments when it is most vulnerable. In 2012, a study published in the journal Tribology International analyzed wear patterns in internal combustion engines across a sample of over 4,000 vehicles. The finding was not surprising to engineers. It was never reported to consumers. 40% of all engine wear, 40%, happens in the first 30 seconds after a cold start. Not at high speeds, not under load, not towing a trailer or climbing a mountain. In the first 30 seconds of a cold morning start, before the oil has had time to circulate completely through the engine. The oil sits in the pan overnight. The bearings, the cylinder walls, the camshaft lobes, they sit metal on metal with almost nothing between them. You turn the key, the engine fires, and for somewhere between 15 and 45 seconds, those surfaces are running with minimal lubrication while the oil pump pushes cold, thick oil through every passage in the system. 40% of lifetime engine wear every morning before you leave the driveway. And $3 prevents most of it. You already understand exactly why this works. You just never applied it to your engine. You know how honey flows slowly when it is cold and pours easily when it is warm. Motor oil does the same thing. Cold oil is thick. Thick oil flows slowly. Slow flow means delayed lubrication to the surfaces that need it most. You know how a squeaky door hinge stops squeaking the moment you apply lubricant. The metal surfaces were running against each other dry. One drop of oil and they glide. Your engine bearings are that hinge every cold morning for 30 seconds. And you know that sandpaper removes material through friction. Every time metal runs against metal without adequate lubrication between them, material is removed microscopically, cumulatively, over 100,000 cold starts across the life of a vehicle. That accumulation determines whether your engine makes it to 150,000 miles or 500,000. The liquid is Marvel Mystery Oil. It has been sold at every auto parts store in America since 1923. A quart costs between $3 and $4. It has been manufactured continuously for over 100 years. It holds a cult following among mechanics who work on high-mileage vehicles. And it is almost never mentioned in mainstream automotive advice because there is no money in recommending something that costs $3 and reduces the frequency of repairs. Marvel Mystery Oil is a petroleum-based upper cylinder lubricant and fuel system cleaner. Added to your engine oil, it reduces viscosity, thins the oil slightly, which allows it to flow faster to critical surfaces during those first cold seconds of startup. Added to your fuel, it lubricates the upper cylinder walls, the intake valves, and the fuel injectors on every combustion cycle. 2 applications, 1 product, $3. It does not replace oil changes. It does not fix existing damage. What it does is reduce the rate of wear during the most damaging phase of every engine cycle, cold start, and keep fuel system components clean enough to maintain efficiency over hundreds of thousands of miles. 2 methods. Use both. Method 1, oil additive. Every oil change, add 1 quart of Marvel Mystery Oil for every 4 to 5 quarts of motor oil. If your engine takes 5 quarts of oil, add 4 quarts of oil and 1 quart of Marvel. If it takes 4, add 3 and 1 Marvel. This is not diluting your oil. The product is petroleum-based and fully compatible with all conventional and synthetic motor oils. What it does is reduce cold start viscosity. The oil flows faster in those critical first seconds and adds an extra layer of lubrication on bearing surfaces throughout the entire oil change interval. Irving Gordon, the 3 million-mile Volvo, used oil additives, including upper cylinder lubricants, throughout his documented maintenance history. He is not an anomaly. He is a data point. Method 2, fuel additive. Every 3rd or 4th fill-up, add 4 ounces of Marvel Mystery Oil directly to your fuel tank before pumping gas. The gas mixes it in completely. It goes through your injectors, your intake valves, and your combustion chamber on every cycle. What this cleans? Fuel injectors that develop carbon deposits and spray patterns that degrade fuel atomization. Intake valves on direct injection engines that accumulate carbon because modern fuel systems bypass the intake entirely. A design flaw that Marvel addresses better than most dedicated intake cleaners at 10 times the price. A bottle of dedicated fuel injector cleaner costs $12 to $18 and does 1 job. Marvel does both jobs for $3. Here is what the oil companies paid to suppress in 1974. A researcher named Dr. Ernest Rabinowitz at MIT published findings on engine wear patterns that quantified something mechanics had observed for decades, but nobody had documented precisely: the 40% cold start wear number. The finding that the majority of engine degradation happens not from high mileage, but from the cumulative effect of cold start friction across the life of the vehicle. The implications were uncomfortable for the automotive service industry. If 40% of engine wear happens in cold starts, and cold start wear can be dramatically reduced through oil additives and proper oil viscosity, then the rate at which engines require major service, rebuild, or replacement drops significantly. A service industry that profits from engine repair has no financial incentive to publicize research that extends engine life. A parts industry that sells replacement components has no financial incentive to promote a product that reduces the frequency of component failure. Marvel Mystery Oil has been on the shelf since 1923. It has never had a major advertising campaign. It has never been recommended by a dealership service department. It has never appeared in a mainstream automotive magazine as a featured product. It is recommended obsessively in high-mileage vehicle forums by independent mechanics who work on vehicles with 300,000 and 400,000 miles, and by owners of fleet vehicles who track cost per mile with the precision of accountants. The people who are paid when your engine fails do not recommend it. The people who need your engine to last as long as possible swear by it. Let me put actual numbers on this. The average American replaces or rebuilds a vehicle engine between 150,000 and 200,000 miles. A rebuilt engine costs between $3,000 and $8,000 installed. A replacement vehicle, even used, starts at $10,000 and goes up fast. Marvel Mystery Oil used consistently from mile 1 adds approximately 50 cents to $1 per oil change to your maintenance cost. Over 200,000 miles, roughly 40 oil changes. That is $20 to $40 total in additive cost. $20 to $40 against a $3,000 to $8,000 engine rebuild. The math is not complicated. The reason most people have never heard of it is, I promised you the moment most engines start dying. It is not at 150,000 miles. It is not when the timing chain stretches or the water pump fails. It is cold start number 1. The very first time you turn the key. Every cold start without adequate lubrication on bearing surfaces removes material. The removal is microscopic, invisible, but it is cumulative and it is permanent. By the time an engine shows symptoms of wear, the damage happened thousands of cold starts ago. The $3 solution works because it addresses the problem at the source. Not after symptoms appear, but before damage accumulates. The owners of 500,000-mile vehicles did not rebuild better engines. They reduced wear at the moments when wear is highest, from mile 1, for $3 per oil change. Irving Gordon drove a 1966 Volvo to 3 million miles. The mechanic who services that car has been watching it for decades. He knows what Gordon does differently. He just never told his other customers. $3 per oil change, 4 ounces every few fill-ups. And the 40% of engine wear that happens in your driveway every cold morning before you even reach the street drops to almost nothing. Your mechanic knows about this. He just gets paid when your engine wears out. Now you know too. Subscribe right now, because next week Earl is going to show you the $5 trick that keeps your tires lasting twice as long as the manufacturer expects. Same idea, same industry silence, same result. Take care. See you in the next one.